What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is October the 3rd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some hot movers and what big money is focusing on this fun Friday morning. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data, we do have ISM services coming out at 9 a.m. Current forecast for that is 51. Last couple of reports have been at least improving. Aside from that, we do have the S&P Global Composite at 845. Forecast for that is 53.6. In both cases, anything above 50 shows more of an expansion. Anything below 50 shows more of a contraction. A couple of Fed speakers as well throughout the day. And then you do have a lot of this very key data being paused, such as non-farm payroll and unemployment. So that's maybe a good thing. I don't know. We'll have to kind of wait and see. One thing that did come out, there has to be more clarity to it, but Trump mentioned and is considering between $1,000 to $2,000 of a rebate. And so we're getting back to 2021 mentality. Of course, it's not the same magnitude, but when stimulus happens, people put that in investments. And so crypto moving higher because of this, essentially equities. So I think we just need to see a little bit more clarity from this. Although I think crypto, like I said, would go higher because of people being pissed off, because the whole reason for the tariffs was supposed to be paying off debt. So kind of an interesting type of thing, but honestly, if this goes through, the market should really appreciate even more than what it has over the last little bit. Fear and greed index is slightly improving under the neutral category, but every stock that I'm going to be talking on, and so far in the pre-market, is booming like crazy. So people's appetite for risk is on the table. SoFi is up slightly, 0.69%. No news from them, no SEC filings, no fireside chats. So it is going to be more on a technical standpoint. That is going to be moving SoFi, but 9.57% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 112.65 million shares overall are being shorted. So when it comes down to shorts waking up, potentially they might, if let's say SoFi gets close to that $28 range, which I don't really see being possible for today unless something crazy positive does happen. But this is the open interest, to just kind of take a mental note of that. So you have at the $27 mark, 11,000, and then nothing really at the 26 or 26.50. So given the circumstances, if SoFi stays where it is, you might not see shorts do all that much. But with it right now at 26.12, it is trading between this S2 and this S3. For today, just watch for it to get above that 26.44. That's going to be best case scenario. And then essentially 27.21 will be that next strong target / resistance point. NIO is down slightly. Nothing really came out associated to them. No analyst ratings or anything like that. So it's just kind of bouncing off of that general area. It's really struggled to get to that $8 range and stay there. So hopefully we see, as soon as the market opens, a burst higher to that $8 range, and then if it can close there, that would be absolutely epic. There was a new 52-week high that was hit yesterday at 802, but again, really needs to stay and close at that range. Aside from that though, shorts currently during the pre-market, they are returning 1.28 million. So going to be an interesting day ultimately, because by them returning, that essentially is adding buying pressure. And for NIO to be down and red in the pre-market goes to show that big money is selling. Because of course that's just a basic math, right? If shorts are returning, means someone's countering that, and more so. So 11.25% of the free float's being shorted. Works out to be 155.72 million shares overall are being shorted. With it right now at 775, trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 783 is going to be that must hold point. So it has to stay above there and close above there if you're going to see that continued push higher. If not, you're going to see a certain level of consolidation, because the next strong support is going to be that $7 range. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Moving on, ticker is PLUG. So it is up 15% during the pre-market because of this right here. So plug CEO to join Clear Street virtual investor briefing. So interesting stuff. I've seen a lot of crazy price action with this stock lately, and honestly, I don't really see this being justifying of a 15% push higher. But at the same time, market's kind of pushing a lot of speculative stocks higher. And then at the same time, I think there's some good pre-existing momentum with this stock, as you can kind of see just over the last 1 month, up 84.97%. So even though the news today isn't crazy, I think it's just more of a nice gentle push for the stock to kind of move it higher. Shorts. So this is a interesting scenario. So shorts have doubled down. It went from about, looks like 21% short interest to where it is now at 31.71%. 355 million shares overall are being shorted, and that does work out to be exactly about $1 billion. Short score is 76.64. So I do anticipate shorts to be fairly active. They're trying their very best to slow the stock down. Hasn't really worked all too well, but it's something that's going to pinch. Either the stock price is going to really pull back, or shorts are going to get squeezed out. Might not happen today exactly, but definitely something to take note of. Right now with that 336 trading right below this R2, so 338 will be that key pivot for today. Best case scenario, it closes and stays above that. Then you could see realistically that $4 in sight. So just watch for 338. If you're a swing trader or whatever else, 297 is going to be a strong support. Moving on, QUBT. So they are up roughly about 10% because of this. So a 13G was submitted. So Citadel did disclose that they now own 5.8 million shares, so made a brand new position. So that does work out to be about 3.1% of the float. So kind of interesting for that. 22.18% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 35.9 million shares overall being shorted. So this is a very unique circumstance. The stock as well, similar to Plug, has been getting a lot of attention over the last 1 year, up 2,926%. So this stock is going to get that nice gentle push higher. Right now with that 2166, trading between this R1 and the pivot, so 2067 and then 2259 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. And yeah, I think 13 Gs are good. Is it a reason to buy the stock? Not so much. So I do feel like once the market does open, it might pull back slightly, but nonetheless, this stock will be a good one to really watch for, kind of for day trades. And then last but not least, tickers ANRO. So they are up roughly around 10%. Hasn't really done that well over the last year, down 55.94%, but it does look like it's improving slightly. But ultimately, why they are moving higher is because of this. So biotechs, not my forte, as I've explained in the past. So this is ultimately why they are moving higher. So I'll leave it up to you guys to make that determination if it's justified or not. Regarding shorts have clearly saw that there's upside coming because they've been returning quite a lot. 9.13% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 1.6 million shares overall being shorted, with it right now at 452. It is above all the key fib levels, so just watch for 440 to be a strong support, and then 422. Aside from that, you can look over at the classic 489. That is a good realistic target. So again, if you're a day trader, this one could be fairly well. Add to your watch list. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. This is what Big Money is really focusing on today. Is there any other stocks that you're going to be trading or really watching? If so, throw some tickers in the description below. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching. And then one final thing, if you're looking for some kick-ass buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, pop over to my Patreon, put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.